Hello, I'm Dr. Mountain, and welcome to our kitchen. This is my wife Janice, and today she's going to show you an awesome summertime recipe.
Hi everybody. We're living in an interesting time in history with the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's left us all feeling more isolated than we've probably ever been before. And I know the government is starting to phase in different ways of opening up the economy, which will probably include restaurants and things fairly shortly. But it's still on my heart to share recipes with you, because let's face it, we've all been stuck in a rut before when it comes to what to make for dinner, or we've wanted to try a recipe but didn't know which one to try, or we find one that looks really interesting and then there's some obscure ingredient on there and that scared us off. But the even better news right now is that the warm weather is finally here. And I don't know about you, but when it starts to get warm outside and summer starts to come, I start to crave recipes that are quick and easy, colorful, fresh, delicious. And that's my hope for you when we share this one together. A friend of mine made this for me a few years ago, and ever since it's been a staple in our house because it's quick and it's easy and it ticks off all those boxes. Food is meant to be enjoyed. Food is meant to be shared. First thing you're going to need is a nice big bowl. I like to use a colorful bowl because I think food tastes better when it's in something pretty. That's just myself. You're also going to need 1 can of black beans, okay? We've got them rinsed and drained already, and I just got them set aside at the moment. Then we're going to take 2 cups of frozen corn. The best part about this recipe is you really can't screw it up. Measurements aren't picky, okay? That aside. Then it's nice to add some freshly cut red, yellow, orange pepper. You can decide, it's just more for color, and I do like to use the red and yellow type peppers better than the green just because they're a little bit sweeter, but that's really your preference. If you prefer a green pepper, then by all means add in a green pepper. Don't be fussy about how you chop them, it's just more personal preference. You can use half a pepper, you can use a full pepper. That again is up to you and maybe how much salad that you'd like to have. Throw it in. You can always add more after if you decide that you want more. Some green onion, okay? Again, just finely chop it up. Don't be too fussy, it doesn't have to look that pretty because it's going to look beautiful in the end no matter what you do. If you really like green onion, then add more. If you don't like green onion, add less or leave it out. It's really up to you. There, I just actually added some more red peppers in there because our family really likes the red peppers, so I thought my salad needs a little bit more. Now, same with cherry tomatoes. You can use up to a pint of cherry tomatoes if you want. That again comes down to personal preference. Just half them, quarter them, it depends on how big or small you prefer. Just add our tomatoes. Next, we add some avocado. I like to just make cubes out of it, really. I should have a spoon here. I'll use a plunk it in. Honestly, the chopping of the vegetables and things here is really what takes the most time. It's fairly forgiving recipe. All right, if you want, you can add some mango. To me, this is like my little added secret of candied goodness. You don't have to. If you don't like mango, then leave it out. If you like it, hand it in. Okay. It's like a little sweet morsel when you have it in there. Okay, the last thing we're going to add is just those black beans. Okay, then just give everything a little stir, and then we're going to start on the dressing. Okay, let's make the dressing for our salad. The first thing we need is some cilantro. Okay, I want to say a couple things about cilantro before we start. I personally like the taste of cilantro, but I know a lot of people don't. It's kind of an herb that you either love or you hate. But if you're not a cilantro lover, please don't let this scare you off, because I promise with all of the other flavors and everything in this salad, you won't really taste an overabundance of the cilantro, and it just adds a really nice flavor to it. The other thing I want to say is I personally, when I make the salad, just pick off the little leaves. I don't like the stems. I find the stems really stringy and kind of fibrous-y, so I don't like to include them. But if you don't want to be that fussy, then just chop it off and chop it up, I should say, and throw it into your food processor. You need about a cup. Do you see me measuring? It really doesn't matter. If you like cilantro, throw in some more. If you don't, throw in less. This is a really non-fussy recipe, and that's one of the things that I really like about it. The next thing you're going to need is half a cup of Greek yogurt. I really do suggest Greek. It doesn't have to be Liberté, but this is just what I had. I've tried it before with non-Greek yogurt, and it just makes the dressing a little bit more runny. So the Greek is just a little bit thicker, holds things together, and it has a nicer consistency. If you're lactose intolerant, I know that there are some Greek yogurts out there that have a lactose-free option, and absolutely trade that in if that works better for you, okay? Again, I know I'm a messy measurer, but it really doesn't matter. About half a cup. Toss it in your food processor. Just like so, okay? Then we need 2 teaspoons of lime juice. I don't have a lime. I don't have a lemon. I don't have any lime juice. I'm using lemon juice. This is just what I had in my fridge. Works totally fine. It's really your own preference if you want to use lemon or lime. Doesn't matter. It just needs that little bit of citrus. So 2 teaspoons, okay? Measure that in. 1, 2. Toss it in. Clove of garlic. Doesn't need to be chopped. See? Easy peasy. Okay. We need half a cup of olive oil. You can use olive oil if you want. You can use extra virgin olive oil. You can use, I like to use avocado oil. I get this at Costco because it's a pretty good bang for your buck. It's really whatever you prefer, but just some kind of an oil, okay? So we're looking for 1/4 cup. I've got this pre-measured here. So 1/4 cup of your oil. 1½ teaspoons of just regular vinegar. I pre-measured because I'm really messy and I always spill it, so it's in here, okay? 1½ teaspoons, and a little bit of salt. It's really to your liking, okay? Now you might want to cover your ears. I'm going to blend this, so maybe we'll take a quick little snippet. Okay, I should also mention that if you don't happen to have a food processor, most likely you can do this just fine in a blender too. A Vitamix would work great if you're a Vitamixer. Okay, so this is what your dressing is going to look like. It's kind of a nice green, creamy, thick sauce. And everything should just be blended really well. You'll just eyeball it, and if you see that it's all mixed together, then that's long enough. Then all we're gonna do, scrape it out, toss it onto our salad, and I will show you afterwards how colorful and springy and delicious this looks. Bear with me for a second. There, I'll scrape the rest out in a minute. Okay. We're just going to mix it in with our salad here. Oops. I have an escapee pepper. And you can see already the deliciousness of this salad. Isn't that beautiful? Like, who doesn't want to take that to a summer picnic or something, right? You'll be the talk of the town. There. All done. So we like to have this as a side salad sometimes with burgers and things that we have at dinner, but you could easily have this as a lunch right there because you've got really good ingredients. And it's also really good as a dip. We just happen to have some of the sweet potato crackers from Costco, and they're just really a nice thing to even dip in there and just have as a snack. So there's lots of different uses for this salad. And I really hope that you enjoy it and that you feel inspired to try something new, and that this is something that just makes you feel really good.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. You're a natural. You're much better at this than I am.
Oh, I don't know. It's nerve-wracking.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.
And let us know if you like recipes, because if you want, I'm happy to do some more. That's a wrap.